everyone, welcome back to VeloView, your favorite stop for everything automotive, where passion meets performance and stories from the golden age of motoring come alive. Today, we're taking a deep, uninterrupted journey into one of the most legendary cars to ever roll out of the Aston Martin factory, the 1970 Aston Martin V8 Vantage. This isn't just another classic, it's a masterpiece that embodies the very soul of British engineering, style, and power. So buckle up, because this story is going to transport you straight to the heart of the 1970s, when Aston Martin redefined what a Grand Tourer could be. The 1970s were a time of transformation in the automotive world. The muscle car revolution was roaring in America, European sports cars were dominating the tracks, and luxury manufacturers were being challenged to prove they could balance power with sophistication. Aston Martin, known for its connection with James Bond and its reputation for elegance, decided it was time to show the world that British refinement could coexist with raw, untamed muscle. That decision gave birth to the V8 Vantage, a car that quickly became known as Britain's first supercar. At the heart of the 1970 V8 Vantage was a hand-built 5.3-liter V8 engine, a marvel of engineering that produced around 390 horsepower, a staggering figure for its time. This engine was based on the DBS V8 but refined to deliver more aggression and torque. When you pressed the throttle, it roared to life with a deep, commanding growl that no other car could quite replicate. It could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 5 seconds, an incredible feat in 1970, and reach a top speed close to 170 miles per hour. To put that into perspective, this Aston could stand toe-to-toe with Ferraris and Lamborghinis of its day, and sometimes even outpace them, all while wrapped in an aura of aristocratic sophistication. The car came with a 5-speed ZF manual gearbox for drivers who wanted that pure, connected experience, and an optional Chrysler TorqueFlite automatic transmission for those who preferred cruising in effortless comfort. The front-engine, rear-wheel drive setup gave the Vantage the balance and poise of a true Grand Tourer, making it both thrilling on twisty back roads and smooth on long-distance journeys. The design of the 1970 Aston Martin V8 Vantage remains one of its most defining features. It was muscular yet elegant, aggressive yet refined, a perfect reflection of its dual personality. The front end was instantly recognizable with its bold Aston Martin grille, flanked by sleek quad headlights that gave it a determined, almost predatory stare. The long, sculpted bonnet hinted at the power beneath, while the fastback-style rear added aerodynamic grace. The proportions were near perfect, with wide wheel arches, low stance, and a flowing bodyline that exuded motion even when the car was standing still. This was a car that didn't need to shout for attention, it commanded it effortlessly. Step inside, and you were greeted by an interior that felt more like a private gentleman's lounge than a sports car cockpit. Every inch was meticulously handcrafted, featuring the finest Connolly leather, polished walnut veneers, and carefully fitted metal trim pieces. The attention to detail was extraordinary, each car was slightly different because every one of them was assembled by hand to the buyer's specifications. The seats were comfortable and supportive, designed for long journeys rather than racing circuits. The dashboard layout was simple and elegant, with analog dials that conveyed all the vital information with classic charm. Driving the V8 Vantage wasn't just about performance, it was about the experience, the connection between driver and machine, and the sense of occasion that came every time you turned the key. On the road, the V8 Vantage was a revelation. The power delivery was smooth yet explosive, and the engine note was symphonic, deep, throaty, and intoxicating. It had the strength of a muscle car but the composure of a Grand Tourer. The steering was heavy at low speeds but precise once in motion, and the car handled with surprising agility for its size. The suspension was tuned perfectly to absorb bumps while maintaining stability at high speeds. It felt alive, responsive, and ready to surge forward at the slightest touch of the accelerator. Few cars of its era could match that combination of speed, comfort, and charisma. But what really made the V8 Vantage stand out was its personality. It was more than just numbers or performance stats, it was a statement. It represented confidence, craftsmanship, and exclusivity. This wasn't a car for everyone. It was for those who wanted something rare, something that blended power with prestige. While Italian supercars flaunted their flamboyance, the Aston Martin V8 Vantage whispered sophistication through its deep exhaust note and elegant lines. It was the embodiment of British understatement, fierce but refined. Of course, being a hand-built car from the 1970s, it wasn't without its quirks. The maintenance could be demanding, and the fuel economy was, to put it kindly, not its strongest point. But for owners who truly appreciated the artistry behind it, these were minor details. What they valued was the craftsmanship, the feeling of driving something that was made, not manufactured. Every turn of the wheel, every rumble of the V8 reminded you that this was no ordinary car, it was a work of art that moved. The V8 Vantage also played a vital role in keeping Aston Martin alive during a difficult decade. The 1970s were turbulent times for the company financially, yet cars like the Vantage kept the brand's spirit intact. It showed the world that Aston Martin could not only survive but excel, even when the odds were against them. Its success laid the foundation for future models and cemented the brand's place in automotive history. Over the years, the 1970 Aston Martin V8 Vantage became more than just a car, it became a legend. Its timeless design, thunderous performance, and hand-built craftsmanship earned it a permanent place among the most desirable classics ever made. It even found its way into pop culture, famously appearing in James Bond films, further solidifying its status as the ultimate gentleman's performance car. Today, collectors and enthusiasts around the world seek out this model, not just for its rarity but for what it represents, an era when cars were made with passion, not computers, when every line and curve was drawn by hand, and every bolt was tightened with pride. Driving a 1970 Aston Martin V8 Vantage today is like stepping back in time. It's a reminder of when motoring was about more than just transportation, it was about emotion, identity, and the thrill of the open road. It connects you to a past where craftsmanship and performance walked hand in hand, and every journey felt like an adventure. And that, my friends, is the story of the 1970 Aston Martin V8 Vantage, a car that defined an era and continues to inspire generations of enthusiasts. A machine that proves true beauty never fades and real power never dies. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of Britain's greatest automotive icons, make sure to hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and most importantly, subscribe to VeloView for more classic car stories, detailed reviews, and pure automotive passion. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep your engines roaring and your hearts racing. This is VeloView, signing off.